Good afternoon. I'm back, and so Audrey has graciously been hosting Be Growth Driven these last couple of weeks, and we wanted to kick off this week with a very important guest, a very special guest, and really talk about a topic that's important to everybody. It's something that every single human being in this world, no matter what age you are, no matter where you're at, where you're from, what you're doing, you try to find this.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
At great cost, yes.
At great cost, yeah. Some people have gone to extreme measures to find this. And what we're talking about today is, of course, finding your purpose. Now, this means a lot of different things for people.
Yes, it does.
Right? What are some of the things you've seen it entail?
Sometimes it can be in a spiritual aspect. Sometimes it's in a self-fulfillment or self-betterment aspect. So it can mean a few different things.
Right.
But everybody wants to know they have a purpose and what it is.
Exactly. So we have a very special guest, our very dear friend Maryam Al-Ali from Dubai, and so she's joining us. She's not in Dubai, but she's going to be on. She's in her global trotting right now, which is wonderful. Maryam, welcome to Be Growth Driven again.
Oh my God, Jewel and Audrey, what an honor for me to be at Be Growth Driven again. You guys are like family. And the fact that we are today here talking about my favorite topics like of all time is an honor beyond any honor. So thank you so much for having me at Be Growth Driven. I'm absolutely excited for whatever we're going to be talking about today.
Definitely. We certainly appreciate you being here. And we're always glad to have you here. So, well, tell us a little bit. Let's first of all, for those that are maybe just tuning in, Maryam, can you share with those that to introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Maryam Isa Al-Ali, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is in service of something bigger than who I am. I am from the United Arab Emirates. I am someone who started their career in the wrong foot. Took me 8 years to actually find my purpose. And once I did find my purpose, I changed everything in my life, including my career path. Started my business officially as which is a training center based in Dubai. It's a consultancy, in which I go ahead and I help people find their purpose, set their 10x goals, and grow intentionally. So that's pretty much in a nutshell.
What moved you to make this? What moved you to make this big change?
Come again, sorry, Jude. Excuse me.
That's okay. What moved you to make this big change? I mean, you said it took 8 years to find. What was the big? Was there a tipping point moment? Was there a moment of clarity that kind of like took you off in this direction?
Yeah, of course. So, like many people, Jewel, like many people, like all around the world, not only in my region or in my country, many of us, we grew up in a certain mindset. We were told that our lives will be done in a certain way. Like, for example, I was told once I'm done with my high school, I have to go get a college degree, find a job, work for 40 years, and then get my retirement account and blah, blah, blah. When I went to college, to be honest with you, I didn't know what to study. So I studied accounting and finance. And I knew from day one when I was doing accounting 101, it's not my thing. I literally knew it's not my thing. I'm not meant to be an accountant. I'm not a finance person. And then I stayed in that field for like 8 years. Jewel and Audrey, imagine this. My bank account was growing. I have amazing cars. I have beautiful jewelry. I can travel wherever I want. People look at my life and they say, oh my God, she's living the dream. If you look inside my heart, there was nothing there. There's no fulfillment. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And I've always felt that I am part of something bigger than who I am. Every time I would try to think bigger, the people around me will be like, oh my God, Maryam, what are you saying? Everybody live like other people, be like other people. Why are you trying to do more? Until 2012, I found this book by Simon Sinek. It's called The Start With Why, and in which he talked about the topic purpose. And before that day, guys, I had no idea that there is something called purpose. I thought purpose and goals are the same thing. In 2012, I thought I thought I knew what my purpose is, but still I was still in finance. I didn't change my career. In 2015, actually on September 4th of 2015, I came to realize that, my God, my purpose is much bigger than who I am. It was an overnight decision for me to change my career from accounting and finance to learning and development. And the weirdest thing about it is that all my life I've been doing I've been doing learning and development, but I didn't know it's my purpose. I had no idea it's my purpose. Like, I would be finance by day, I would go do leadership training and development by night for like educational institutions or leadership, women leadership programs. And then the bold moment came back in 2016, in which I went ahead and I went after my dreams. I became a John Maxwell certified. Later on, I became a Grant Cardone licensee as well. And I developed my own programs as well to also help people find their purpose. And I'm going to tell you that decision there, from changing my career from finance and accounting to learning and development, was the boldest, most courageous decision I've made. Once I was done with that, at the organization I used to work for, I got promoted twice within like 6 months. And within these 6 months, I actually opened my own training center. And it happened so quickly that my dad was wondering what was up with me, because my dad at that time, by the way, sorry, I didn't tell you guys this. At that time, my dad didn't know that I changed my career. I didn't want to tell him I changed my career. I thought that he might be disappointed in me because he was proud of Maryam, the accountant. But then again, when I changed my career and he noticed all the success, he's like, is all this in finance? I'm like, no, daddy, no. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm in learning and development now. So sometimes you have to make a decision, claim it, commit to it, and then share it. So that's pretty much how it happened.
I love it. I love it. And was that, I mean, you said you were a little nervous probably to tell dad and make the change. I mean, because you're obviously, your father, I know, is very dear to you. So very, very dear to you. And so that had to been very difficult. Now, what would have been, when you found that purpose, you know, and you and I have talked quite a bit over time, and just in group settings and with other friends and things like that. But just in that process, do you just find your purpose one time and that's it?
I like that. You find your purpose is a cause and an effect. And I always say to people, when you find your purpose, your body reacts. Your body reacts. When, for example, when I help people find their purpose, some of them, they get emotionally broken down in tears because they know they are meant to be doing something bigger than who they are. So when I did find my purpose, and it was so difficult to put it in wording, because here's the thing with purpose, guys. Purpose talks to you, to the part of the brain that is responsible for emotions. So sometimes when you ask someone, what's your purpose? They say, they try to rationalize it. For example, to get promoted, to get a certain job, to be in a certain career or something like that. But again, they try to rationalize it. Purpose is not, it doesn't start with you being rationalizing something. It starts with something speaking to your heart and to your soul. So when I say I help people embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose, this is my purpose, right? But I have multiple missions. Some people say, again, this is from my experience in the past 10 years working on purpose. When you have a purpose, you have multiple missions. Your purpose is intact. Your mission changes over time. For example, if you have a family right now, your mission with your family before you have a family, like for example, my mission with my family, as in my brothers and my dad right now, is different, right? Like I have a mission with them. When I have a family of my own, I will have a mission with them. When my kids grow up and they have their own lives, my mission with them is different. So the mission evolves, the mission changes, the purpose is the purpose is there. How do I live my purpose with my family, you might say? You might ask. With my family, for example, my dad, again, I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. When I sat with my dad and I wanted him to connect to his authenticity, my mission with him is to sit with him, which is something I really miss dearly. Once a week for 2 hours, we open a book and we start talking about, for example, the history of the UAE, or we talk about our traditions, or we talk about our values, or we just go ahead and watch a video on YouTube that my dad loves to, for example, to discuss with me. I know that when I talk to my dad like that, it doesn't matter how many hours I spend with him. It's about the quality of the time in which I spend it with him. And yeah, so basically, purpose, it's there. The mission changes, and be mindful of something. Something that, going back to your question, Jude, your purpose will be tested. Your purpose will be tested. How much do you believe in your purpose? How much do you believe in the message that God Almighty has given you to transform the lives of people? Because your purpose is not about you, it's about the people around you, that their lives will change because you choose to help them live their purpose. So your purpose will be tested. In the past 4 months since since I came to the US, I feel like it's been 20 years. Like the past 4 months is like 20 years. My purpose got tested so many times, but every time it comes out stronger because this is how much I believe in it. This is how much I believe in the value of purpose.
I love that you said that the mission changes, because I was, without having taken your course, I do think about what you say a lot. And so that little tidbit right there almost explains the whole thing to me, right? It helped me see it a little more clear, because I do feel like I'm connected with my purpose, but I feel like sometimes I'm doing things off track. But because there's different missions, there's that disconnect, but it doesn't have to be a disconnect. I appreciate you said that.
Yes,
I made an audio adjustment, so maybe we've gotten rid of some of the feedback here that we had going on. So for everyone that's watching, we have a little bit of feedback, so that's why we're going back and forth on unmuting. So Jesse, if you can unmute her too at the same time.
Yes, speak again, Maryam. Share.
No, I was just saying, yeah, absolutely, because this is why people like mix between goals and purpose, right? Sorry, goals and purpose. And again, when you have a clarity of that's why I always say to people, find your purpose and then set your goals, because your goals might be amazing, but they're not your goals. Like I wanted to do a CPA when I was an accountant. It's a goal, but it's not my goal. It's not aligned with my purpose. But now, if Cardone wants 100K, I'll do it, because I want his program, to teach them. It's aligned with my purpose.
Right. Absolutely. So now along the way, you said it's been your purpose or that journey, it's been tested. Do you have is there any moments particularly that you want to share that's been key pivotal moments for you? Because this might be for somebody else that they're going through something.
Of course. Like my purpose since I found my purpose in 2015, it's been tested many different ways. If I'm gonna, for example, there are many of them, but maybe I should share the one I had last week. Jewel, what do you think?
Well, I'll stop fighting the mic with the operator in the background. That is
up to you.
That is completely up to you. I think.
Share what you feel comfortable with.
Yes, of course. So basically, it's been tested in the past 6 years, but I want to share how it has been tested. Maybe one of the biggest tests of my purpose happened on July 22nd of 2021. Jule was there. Audrey, I'm sure you heard about it from Jule, and I just want to tell you how it happened. I remember we were leaving the 10X exit program at the 10X HQ, heading to the Turnberry to go ahead and register for the 10X bootcamp, right? I remember myself, Nanuka, and Christopher Dunson, we were taking a cab to go back to the Turnberry. I go into the car, and it rarely happens to me. I hit my head going into the car. I didn't think much of it. We get to the Turnberry. I am at the Turnberry over there, and I could feel the heat in my body, and I could feel like my body was, my hands were shaking. Everybody went for dinner, and when I was just sitting there, and I could feel like my God, like my body was getting really hotter and hotter, and I didn't understand why. And then again and again, and after that, Jewel, Chris, and Nanuka came to check on me, like, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything is fine." And my body was like, "No, you're not fine. Tell them the truth." But then again, I didn't want anyone to be worried about me, so I didn't say much actually. And I believe that you guys suggested that I go with you guys to the medical center. I remember as I was walking with you guys, suddenly the heat in my body became so cold, and then my heartbeat started, and my heart started beating so fast I didn't understand why. Next thing I know, I am lying flat on the floor. I'm lying flat on the floor there, and I could hear, like, Tom was there, the nurse, and I could hear Jules saying, "Maryam, don't close your eyes, don't lose consciousness, stay with us, stay with us." I could open my eyes, I could see Nanuka, I would see everybody like around me, and I don't want to lose consciousness. And then I remember there was this one second, just for a second, I was like about to just close my eyes, and then I hear Jules says, "Maryam, what's your purpose? What's your purpose? What's your purpose?" I remember that was the very first time in my life. I want to say my purpose. I want to say it. The words were not coming out. I couldn't say the words. But my soul was screaming. I'm saying my purpose is to help others embrace their authentic self, to serve a bigger purpose. But nobody could hear me. I could only hear myself. Next thing I know, the ambulance was the ambulance was there. They came and they took me to the hospital. They didn't allow anyone to come with me because none of them are like blood family related. I go there, and they just took blood, and I remember lying on that bed, and that moment of my purpose got tested. The devil, or you could call it the negative ideas, started crawling into my head. Maryam, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. You cannot do this. It is much bigger than you. And then I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I called the doctor and I said, whatever you need to do on me today, you do it, please. I need to be at the boot camp tomorrow. I have a purpose. I cannot allow these negative ideas to go ahead and crawl. That moment at that hospital bed, guys, I could have made one of two choices. I could have decided on that hospital bed to book my flight back to Dubai and forget that none of the 4 months of breakthroughs happened, or just go ahead and conquer at the 10x boot camp. And this is what I've done. I remember going back to the hotel that night. It was 12:30 when I got to the hotel, to my place, and I was not scared. I felt guided, because when you have a purpose, you feel guided. You feel like you're not doing this for yourself. You are doing it for other people who their lives will be changed because you choose to be there. And that 1 week with the grant, and with everyone else at that 10x event, it was so. I've never felt more alive. And 3 days later, like Audrey, you were not there. I wish if you were there. We celebrated my graduation, and I got to share that story of purpose. And here is the thing: you have to always be there for yourself first before you are, and take care of you. Take care of your authentic self. Take care of your purpose, because when you do take care of your purpose, when you go ahead and live your purpose, you have no idea how many lives will be changed because you decide to go after your purpose. So that was how it was tested last time.
And I remember you were sitting there in the ER, and I got a text message from you like that night. Is it okay if I play that? Oh, go ahead and unmute her, Jesse. Don't mute her up again. Is it okay if I play that?
Oh yeah, of course. Go for it.
I think I had the volume turned up, so I'll hold it up to the microphone, because this to me, your purpose, what I'm understanding here too, and I really appreciate, is your purpose will be tested, and you'll have moments where you feel like all the world is crashing at those moments, but that doesn't mean you've lost your purpose. Those are just bumps along the way. So this gives you an idea for those that are watching from that know Maryam, that are just being introduced to Maryam, that she is such a courageous lady, and I just love this. So pick out what you can hear from the background.
My name is Maryam, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose.
So what I love about that is you could hear the machines on her beeping in the background, and she's still going. So when you have a purpose like that, it can survive even moments where you feel like things are coming against you. Like you said, you felt like there was that call to just go home, and you realize that that's contrary to what you know is your purpose. So go ahead, and, Jesse. Let's not mute her up again.
Sorry, I keep muting myself as well.
That's okay.
Not only Jesse. Sometimes I'm the
Okay.
I'm the suspect. Sorry.
No, you're all good. I'm sorry, Jesse. So for those of you that are wondering who I'm referring to as Jesse in the background, we have our operator Jesse that is manning the stage off camera. So
I had not heard that message yet, but that whole night they were all messaging me, Maryam, because they're like, you. It was a big concern. There were lots of prayers and warm thoughts for you that whole night. Because, yeah. Then I'm like, I really should have been there.
Right.
It meant a lot, guys. And when you are, again, something about purpose. When you live your purpose, God sends you people to help you live your purpose. God sends you people. He sends you people. He sends. I say He sends you angels in the form of humans. That's what He does to help you live the purpose you are supposed to be doing. I don't know, like if Jewel and Tom didn't say that word to me, like, what's your purpose, that night, I don't know if I would have been strong enough to think about it. I'm in this beautiful place right now, and I just go ahead and reflect about what have been happening in my life in the past 4 months, and it's a blessing. Like when you do find your purpose, a lot of different things change.
Right. Well, obviously the good thing in that situation is you had medical personnel that could be close by, and everything worked out really well. And the fact that you were able to go home even that evening just is such a wonderful thing. So you had a lot of people around you that were really worried, and we're glad that the worst of our worries were not true. So
Yes.
definitely happy about that.
Thank you.
When you work with other people, what do you think is the biggest barrier to people realizing what their purpose is?
I love that question. There are many barriers on why people don't want to go ahead after their purpose. The main word is courage. It takes courage to live your purpose. There are 6 stages of people, or 6 groups of people I noticed throughout the past 10 years when it comes to them finding their purpose. The first group, I call them, this is the group that from the day they are born until the day they die, they never hear about purpose. So they do nothing. The second group, that's the group that hears about purpose. Maybe someone hears about purpose here right now. They hear it from Grant. They hear it from John Maxwell. They hear it from Simon Sinek. They hear about purpose, but what do? Nothing. And then you have a group number 3. A group number 3 is the group that knows of purpose. Those are the group that get a book about purpose. They read, they go online to read about purpose. They watch a YouTube video about purpose. And then what do? Nothing. And then you have group number 4. This is the group that starts the quest for them to go ahead and find their purpose. I notice this in all my, like whenever I speak to people or they come to my trainings or whatever it is. Halfway through, when they are this close to finding their purpose, they quit. Group number 4 quits because they are scared of whatever they're going to be finding on the other side of it. And maybe it's not aligned with whatever they are doing with their lives right now. And then you have a group number 5. This is the group that goes all the way in and they do find their purpose. They do find their purpose. And then what do? After that, nothing. They know what is their definite purpose in life is. They know exactly what they should do. But again, as we mentioned, it takes courage to live their purpose. That's group number 5. And group number 6 is the group that goes all in and they go ahead and they do live their purpose. From everybody who I help, though it takes a lot of effort for me to help people find their purpose, only 5% of people go after their purpose. 95% of people, they park it. Maybe I will see them in a few years, but not everybody is going after the quest to go ahead and find their purpose. Because again, as I mentioned, like going back to your question, Joel, it takes courage to live your purpose and be true to who you are, your true essence, your true self. That's why when I say I help people embrace their authentic self, when they come to that purpose session, the first question is, who are you? This might sound like a very simple question, but the answers behind it is so deep. So what I do is I give people, like I tell them for in 2 minutes, write who you are, what you are. I am what. For example, in my case, I say I am a daughter, I'm a 10xer, I'm a conqueror, I'm adventurous, I challenge the status quo, I'm purpose driven, blah blah blah. You have more than one I ams, and it's amazing for me to see people who come up with hundreds of I ams, because in the I ams you understand who you are as a human, who you are as an essence. And many people, they are so scared to go inward to understand who they truly are, that they come up with excuses for them not to go after the purpose that they've been created for. So it takes courage to live your purpose.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi, Jess.
Those of all that were wondering who Jessie is, here's Jessie.
Just in case, yeah. There is Jess right there.
I want to go to one of your events. I want to be.
That's good. Let's go. Let's go.
The one beautiful thing, so here's the beautiful thing I love about you, Maryam, is that every time I throw something on, I'm like, Maryam, what about doing this? Like, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's roll.
When? Where? Yeah.
And I want to point something out, and tell me if I'm accurate, because I think I have the idea why. It's like you've come to realize through this muscle you've been exercising of living your purpose.
Yeah.
That you're not going to ever say yes to something that's not ethical or moral or immoral. Those are not things you say yes to. So let's make sure everybody knows that if you're trying to find your purpose, you're not saying yes to things that are unethical, immoral, just wrong. Okay. But Maryam says yes because she knows that action, that movement, going forward, that's how you find the next mission. That's how you get closer and closer to fulfilling the purpose.
Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. 100%. You know, it reminded me of something I heard from John Maxwell when I went to his event to get certified in March of 2017. He said, resources doesn't come to people who sit. Resources come to people who walk. So when I think about my purpose, when I go and live my purpose, God Almighty sends me people, sends me opportunities, put me in situations to help me fulfill the purpose that I have been created for. So it goes back to you understanding that. So again, as you mentioned, Jule, I would not say yes to anything. I would say to anything or any project or whatever it is. I would say it when it's aligned with my purpose and with the missions that I work on.
Right.
Well,
like and the other statement, because spirituality is very important to you, is you know, if you lose yourself on spirituality, are you living your purpose, would you say?
My God, this is a very deep question, and I believe this is one of the reasons why I'm in this specific location, that God sent me here for a reason. A spiritual purpose. Here is the thing. When you connect with your soul, when you connect with your true essence, there is no power that will take you away from living your purpose unless you choose to do so. You will not look at excuses. You will not look at the challenges. You will not look at the hate and criticism and people who are trying to take you out from the thing that you are supposed to be doing with your life. You know you are created for something bigger. God Almighty, He gave you approval to live your purpose when He gave you your soul. He gave you a soul. Well, many people say, Maryam, I want to do this, but some people, they don't agree with me. My parents don't get me. My friends, they are not with me. My spouse is not with me. Why do you seek people's approval when God Almighty has given you everything that you need? He gave you the gifts, the tools, He gave you the talents for you to fulfill His message on earth. When you connect with your spirituality, when you connect with your purpose, there is no power that will take you away from it unless you choose to do so. And again, you should be owning it. There will be no excuse. You take full responsibility of living your purpose.
the stream will always cross, right?
Yeah.
So you're always gonna run across situations where you're gonna find resistance. So
Yes.
going back again, it doesn't mean you're gonna do things in an immoral way or unethical way. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean you abandon those, your beliefs that you have, but your picture gets bigger. The picture that you see, the lens that you're looking through changes for
Yes.
sure. So
Yes.
that's wonderful. How can people learn more about finding their purpose with you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like they can follow me on Instagram. I talk about it all the time, but they are really serious. Like they want to go deep down and they find their purpose within 6 hours, which is again, people think it takes them a lifetime to find their purpose. 6 hours. They can go to maryamalalali.ae/purpose. That's maryamalalali.ae/purpose. And again, you just go there and again, if you're not ready, because again, understand purpose is a calling. If you feel like you are ready for it, just join us, maryamalalali.ae/purpose. If you want to know more about it, I talk about purpose all the time on my Instagram lives. I post a lot of different things. And again, and if there's anything I can help you with, please reach out. Again, if you don't find your purpose right now, when are you going to find it? But again, it goes back to you really wanting to go ahead and find it and live it, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll have the URL on here shortly too.
It's also in your Instagram bio, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I mean, and here's a good question, I think, for a lot of people that may be watching this, is if you're saying, well, I think I have my purpose. If you're thinking you have your purpose, you probably don't have your purpose yet. Would be a safe way to say it. And so there you go, right there. There we go. We have the URL there for everybody to write down. So if you think you have your purpose, again, you think you have your purpose, you probably don't have it yet. Maryam is working with people from around the world. Her workshops are both in person and virtual, and you have some in-person ones in the future very soon in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps somewhere there.
Oh,
I blew her mind.
for sure we can do that. Oh my God. I have an idea. We can do after the event that we will do in Dubai. We can do something on purpose. My God, an idea was just born. I like that.
I'm glad I spoke up.
Let's do that. Let's go, right?
So
let's go.
A friend and never have interacted with you in your authentic purpose and driven focus. We need this.
Let's go. We're gonna do something on purpose then. When next time I'm in Dubai.
I love it.
I have to tell my media team about this now, as they are already like, I keep asking them a lot of things in the past 72 hours. They're like, can we have a meeting? I'm like, we will have a meeting. I just want you to prepare for the meeting before we get there. Because again, I love meetings, guys. I love meetings that has an agenda. I don't like to go to meetings and then figure things out. No. What do you want? What's the objective of this? We're busy people, we just want to get things done.
That's exactly what yes, that's the plan.
There you go. So again, for those of you that are watching, if you feel you haven't done it yet, definitely take the time right now to go ahead and visit the URL that's in the notes on the screen right there. Visit Maryam. Find out more about how you can find your purpose with Maryam and her team. We lost your
Sorry.
video there.
No, you didn't lose me. I'm trying to do something here. It's a bit embarrassing. Never mind.
Make sure your device is not that.
Yeah, just 1 second. Yeah. Because I don't want this thing to run out of charge on me. So
there we go.
Go ahead.
I love it.
You kill your devices. I don't know how many times I've been with you. Like, I need a charger. I
know, right? This is crazy. It was fun just now. My God, this is insane. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So definitely, we'll have it in the notes as well, so you can easily click this, go to the YouTube video, go to the LinkedIn video as well that you're watching right now, and on Facebook. You'll see this on Instagram. You'll see it all over, and we'll connect the link in there as well. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Maryam, thank you so much for making time today.
Thank you so much for. Go ahead.
We really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure talking with you. Always a pleasure visiting with you. It's a blessing.
It's a blessing, guys. And again, thank you so much for being part of my life. And we will see you in Dubai and other parts of the world as well, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll talk again very soon. For those of you watching, tune in next week, next Tuesday. We'll have another great episode of Be Growth Driven. We appreciate you tuning in today, and be great because nothing else pays.